YouTube world. This is our Thursday night live with myself, Borderline Hoarderish, where hoarding is only cool if you can sell it for a profit. My name is Kimberly. I have my two other wonderful friends and co-hosts of our show, and our special guest is on his way. He is on the move, trying to get to his next destination, and he will be here shortly. So we thought we would get this started. Oh, and I see him coming now. Thank you everybody for being in here already. I appreciate all of you that is saying hi to each other. And I see the man of the hour has showed up. So our special guest tonight is Mike, Storage Auction Pirate. He is the gentleman who just popped in. Nightbot will be throwing out his link throughout, and also his link to his other channel, which he is trying to get to 1,000. My co-host that I was about to say hello to would be Destiny the Shamrock Pixie. Say hi, Destiny.
Hello, I accidentally muted myself.
Rookie mode.
I am so out of practice.
Oh,
Hello,
that's right.
everybody.
And also Patdees 72. My friend Patrick is the other gentleman on the panel tonight, and another one of our hosts for the show.
Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome. We got two guys here special on the show tonight. It's like they're on their way to the studio, so I'm glad that they can still go mobile in the car.
On the move. On the move. I'm gonna say hi to a few people.
I got the storage stalker with me tonight.
Yeah, what's up, Alex? So cool to have more than one of.
I'm just a chauffeur tonight.
Chauffeur, nice. The driver. Storage Auction Pirate. Mike, you want to say what's up? Say hello.
Yeah, how's everybody doing tonight?
Excellent. I'm doing good.
You're good. I'm hoping if I have a problem, I will try to get back on as soon as possible. But we're kind of, if you can see, like we're in the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
So it might cut off on the reception.
Are you guys coming from an auction, or are you headed to somewhere particular?
Yeah, Alex and I went to the auction with the Jeebus family today, and then we're driving out to their house right now where they rented for the month.
Nice. That's where y'all were streaming yesterday.
Guys, let's be honest. It was a Taco Bell run, wasn't it?
Fuddruckers after the auction.
Taco Bell was after the auction. Okay.
I like Taco Bell.
I'm going to say hi to a few people on the chat real quick because that's what I like to do. There's already, I'd have to go way up here. I know Michelle is in here. Hello, my friend Michelle. Maria, hello. We also have Rebecca, my sister from another mister, and one of the best mods in the business. Thank you for being here and also for just being a wonderful person. Turtle Trader says, good evening, everyone. Hello, Turtle Trader. Mary Harris. Hello, Mary. Thank you for being here.
Mary.
Yeah, I know that you know Mary Harris.
Oh, yeah, that's my grandma.
We also have What the Hells. I'm assuming Jeremy and George. What's up? What the hells is going on? Lisa is in here. Melissa W. I love that girl. Melissa, nobody's told you today how amazing you are. I am here to say that you, ma'am, are fantabulous. D, flipping particles. Wow, there's almost too many to go through. I'm not even halfway through it. Thrift Trader Jason. I can't say hi to y'all. I do see you all in the chat. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you.
Hey, is Mike still there? Now, the people that are watching, please understand they are in California and he's on his mobile device. They're on the road. They're gonna. If we do lose him, he's coming back when he gets to the house. Mike, can you hear me?
I'm here.
What the hell wants to know if that's a bacon-flavored toothpick? That's the first question tonight.
Yeah, I told him the other day that my uncle carries bacon-flavored toothpicks because I know Jeremy loves bacon. and no, this is not because I'm on a diet.
Ah, okay. So see, already we're answering viewers' questions.
Bacon-free
Yeah, and if
Tuesday.
anybody does have questions, just put them in the chat with a whole bunch of question marks so we can see them and we will try to answer them for you. I guess a little introduction to you, Mike, Storage Auction Pirate, would be excellent. And maybe sort of letting people know about your other channel so that as they come in, they know where they should go sub to. Because I know you're trying very hard to get that other channel to 1,000 subscribers. And it is being pushed out in the chat.
I'm the Storage Auction Pirate. I live pretty much to buy and sell storage units. I've been doing it for 12 years. I love the hunt YouTube, so it gives me a great medium, I guess, to put on YouTube. And yeah, I'm trying to do a new channel only for the reason that I feel that when you put out videos every day, if I put out a live after a regular video, that it kind of slows down my video for that day. So I'm hoping that if enough people want me to go live, and when I hit 1,000, that'll tell me, okay, they want to see you live often, so I will go live more.
Yeah, that's awesome. Alex, do not be texting and driving, sir. That's verified in the chat. You have been caught. Eyes on the road.
This is not safe, but hi.
Yeah, Storage Stalker there in the chat is the gentleman that's driving. We like to keep it safe here. You just eyes on the road, sir. Okay?
You're a chauffeur. You got to drive, not text. I'm not paying for your text.
Yeah, you got to be setting a good example, for the viewers. I guess we can get started. Are you ready for some questions? I know that I didn't pre-prep you, but you were all for it.
Yeah, I like to kind of go freestyle. So otherwise, if I overanalyze stuff, I'm gonna get all nervous and choke. So.
You nervous? I don't believe it. I'm the one that gets far too nervous.
Ask this guy how nervous I get.
He gets nervous.
Yeah?
Very nervous.
How nervous does he get?
Well, I would be nervous too if my driver was texting me between. My wife is bitching at me lately because I'm watching YouTube going down the road too. So I'm trying not to text, but I'm watching YouTube. I maybe need something on the window.
Yeah, just don't. Your life is important, Pat. We can always watch the replay.
I was gonna say I actually get nervous a lot, but this guy helped me come out of my shell a lot after we started buying units together and filming, and he was in my videos, and he's a very outspoken person, and he helped get me out of my shell a lot over the last year or so.
That's cool. I need somebody like that because I get nervous. A lot of people don't know that I get nervous unless I tell you, but I do get very nervous for every live. And then I'm glad once it starts, I feel much more comfortable. It's like the build up to it that's the worst part. I don't know, Pat, is it like that for you?
Nah, I'm never nervous.
What about you, Destiny? You ever get nervous?
At first I got nervous, then I wasn't nervous, and then all this medical stuff happened, and once again I'm back to square one with being nervous.
I get nervous, but once I get talking to people, and within 5 minutes I'm fine.
Yeah. It's silly that I get more nervous through YouTube through doing this because I've been on stage for it's been a while, but that's what I did all throughout school. I don't know why this makes it far worse. I don't know, maybe because I kind of feel silly, like just talking to a sticker that I have up.
Totally understandable. It's more, people don't see it from the outside. Like a lot of people, every time I say I get nervous or shy, it's like, you're not shy, you're not nervous. So like they find it impossible to believe. But like in my head, I'm probably one of the most nervous people in the world.
Yeah, that's good to know. I guess that I think, yeah, you just sometimes don't expect it, especially off your Instagram. If you guys are not following Mike's Instagram, Storage Auction Pirate, He has an amazing Instagram. And if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I love anything and everything about motivation and inspiration. And he is all that. So go make sure that you are following him on Instagram because he has a great Instagram. It's really quite impressive. The things that you do every day and say, I do motivational quotes, but I don't do them in videos like you. So I think that that's awesome. I know that Nightbot is also pushing that link out. He should be. If he's not, then maybe one of the awesome mods can get on that.
Hey, Alex and Mike, Fat Man the Flipper wants me to shout out to you guys that he's saying, "What's up?"
What's up, Batman the Flipper?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is the man. That dude right there too. His story is awesome. Like just watching his videos, that is man. When I first watched, it gave me chills right now just thinking about it. Like just his intro and stuff. It's like you really feel it. Like shout out, dude, man. I love your channel for real.
Yeah, he
That's
is.
what's
He was
up.
a guest on, or my last special guest on our Thursday show. He also has an amazing Instagram. He makes me laugh so much, and I think laughter is really good for the soul. You know, I think everybody should laugh more often. Life's too short, man, to be serious all the time.
He really touched me because he kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but he kind of like broke down like on your show for a minute there, and that really like touched me. Like I actually had to go outside and I started crying for a minute. My daughter and her
Aw.
grandma were like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, I just hold on a second, 'cause, like it really touched me the way he was touched. Like blew my mind. I don't know.
I see Fanita, who is another awesome content creator. She says, "Is Mike going to take song requests?" Well, from what I hear, he only does it by super chat. Um, so I don't know if he'll do it without that. I don't have super chat set yet because I don't quite have the watch time, but you know, I
I
think
guess
it's
we're out of
becoming
luck
a
tonight.
thing. But it's almost my birthday. You're
I
not
think
going
you
to
could
sing
do it
me
one
happy
time, but
birthday?
We
you know
have
what?
this. We have to sing Kimberly a happy birthday song. Maybe we will. I have to build up my courage.
All right. I'll let you do that.
Well, on his show the other day, we were sending in super chats for him to sing, and because you can't get super chats yet, I don't know how we're going to get Mike to sing tonight.
I know that's the whole. He's just gonna have to, I guess, build up the courage.
Yeah, Pat over here tried to get me. What was this singing? It's getting hot in here.
Well, there's a few of the ladies that seem to be all about storage auction pirates, so it was quite funny that he said that.
Well, I was saying that one time when I had a Subway, I was waiting on an older lady and making a sandwich, and all of a sudden that song came on the radio. I felt so. Now that's the time I was shy. I was blushing in front of the lady because I'm like, oh, this is not the right song to have on while I'm taking care of this customer.
There are so many people rolling into the chat. My apologies. I do see you all. I see that John Nevermore Antiques, another really awesome person. Y'all should definitely go check him out. He said something to me the other day that really spoke to me, and just being kind of, sort of like, he's always just so nice to everybody and a great supporter, but just being me and it'll be kind of all right. And then he sort of had my back. And I thought that that was amazing. It's really cool, the relationships that you build, through YouTube, really. And of course, the reseller community, or just kind of, I guess, your ways of funneling in income, whatever that is. So I appreciate you, John. Nevermore Antiques, sir. Special shout out to him because he's awesome. I don't know if I know, is he going to be one of our guests soon, Pat?
Yeah, I talked to him last night. He just said now that he's back home and he hates the travel, to let him know. So as soon as we basically go over the schedule, now that we talked to so I can get him on and we can schedule it out. But I definitely want him on the show because I'm interested in the aspect of he's kind of doing the opposite, where some people close up the retail location and do from home. He's doing the opposite and opening a retail location. So, and I consider him a personal friend. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he is. I really enjoy watching his videos just for the aspect that, that my family used to be in that business of owning a furniture, well, more like home decor shop. And that was where, for me, buying storage units first began. And that was, my daughter was in preschool and she's 14 now. So that was well, a minute ago. That was where we first started. I guess we should probably find out information about that since our guest is, well, Storage Auction Pirate. I would like to know. I don't know. Can you hear us
Is
still?
he there or is he frozen? Are you there, buddy? Mike? Mike?
Hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, we can now. Just sometimes it's frozen. What we're doing is we're trying to give you guys to get to a better location, so that we can ask you questions that people want. People are excited that you're here tonight, and we're excited to have you here. And then you even brought a bonus guest, Mr. Alex. Eyes on the road.
10-2. 10-2.
I told you last night you were the king of the castle, and you make sure your wife gets a larger portion of the money because
No hand.
Oh my God!
Oh boy, the show's about to get crazy.
We're stuck. We're not even moving.
Okay.
Wow, you guys really are like out in the middle of.
Oh yeah,
nowhere.
look,
It's beautiful though. Look
Nice
at that blue sky.
The Jeebus family rented a house literally in the middle of absolutely nowhere.
Well, that's cool though.
It's just in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that's cool that they did that. I know.
Look at the windmills.
How much you guys kind of all like each other. That's totally cool. To do a collab.
This has become more than a collab. I don't know how to. Collab is too light of a word at this point. We're like family, basically.
Yeah.
We're like family.
That's cool, and that's really cool how you can make that connection. I feel like that was some people. My Pat and Destiny being some, they are awesome. Awesome. I want to know how you got into buying storage units.
How I got into buying storage units, it's pretty simple. I used to do a lot of selling stuff as a side job. I used to be a furniture mover, and it's not a very lucrative job. And I had 2 children, so I used to take all of the stuff that people would throw away on a move job, and I would sell it on the weekends. I would be like, I just accumulated. And when the housing market crashed, there was not many move jobs, which meant less free stuff, which meant less extra money, et cetera, et cetera. And so one day I came home, work early from an auction, and the auctioneer Dan Dotson of Storage Wars, who is an actual auctioneer, he was at my company auctioning off all the stuff that the people who were stored in our warehouse didn't pay for. So I was like, cool, I know how to sell stuff. I went to it and I spent $1 on a pile of stuff, and he kind of advertised one item as a CD player, which I already knew was an amplifier. And I sold that one piece for $600 that night and quit my job after that. Basically, I went completely into storage auction business and reselling.
That's awesome. I guess I'll ask. I know that Pat isn't necessarily into storage units, but how you got a quick version of? Oh, are you? Oh yeah, no, you did. I forgot you did that one. How you got into sort of reselling in a quick version, Pat?
Well, I've been selling on eBay since 1998. Part-time. It was always like vacation money or extra spending money. And, I was in the restaurant business for 18 years. And then unfortunately, with dealing with cancer and losing the restaurant, I had to do something that I didn't want a normal 9-to-5 job, and I had some restrictions. So I started full-time again back in December, and then January on Amazon. But I bought storage units probably 5-6 years ago. But I just recently bought a one about a month ago where I found those 2 mannequin heads.
Right. I was typing in the chat. Y'all know I can't sometimes multitask. I look all serious. Type it into the chat. Destiny, my beautiful Shamrock Pixie. Do tell. Tell us all your secrets. No, tell us how you got into reselling.
Tommy.
Tommy would, well, maybe some people don't know who Tommy is.
Tommy the Bargain Effect, who is my fiance. He has sold on eBay off and on for many, many moons. And he has always been somebody who does flipping. And actually, it's kind of funny because at our flea market, Tommy was known as the Barter King. That was his nickname from our friends and people that knew him at the flea market. And so, but he's always did some type of selling, bartering, flipping, all that stuff. So I just recently got into it. So I still a newbie, still learning.
Yeah. Well, for me, it really was the start of my family having that store, and they were into eBay. My mom's been into eBay and Amazon since the late '90s, and pushing me to do it. But I did more like local flips and helping them out for a long time, rather than having my own ability to have my own store and list things. And then eventually, after being a restaurant manager and doing some other jobs, I decided that sucked working that many hours. And um, because of some sort of medical issues, a few heart surgeries, I became a lister for somebody who would buy storage units, and helped him list on eBay. Then thought, well, why aren't I just doing this? And bam, here I am with my own. I have a couple or two eBay stores. I do sell local, but that brings me to the next question, which is a great question. How do you basically get, like, what platforms do you sell on, or how do you sell your items that you find in your storage units?
Is that me
Yes, to
next?
you. Sorry. Yes, to
Well,
you.
my biggest platform for selling to me is obviously the flea market, because the way I look at the storage business is pretty much 90% or more of the stuff is flea market stuff. So that's the bulk of everything, which I sell flea markets Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday generally. And then obviously eBay is my second biggest platform because they have 150 million customers daily. So I like that ability, and I try to put my higher end or nicer things on there. And then that's pretty much the bulk of it. I
Oh, is he there? Did we lose him?
mean, it's
He
time
froze.
and thing. It's very Craigslist. Time is money. Sell at the flea market for 100. I'll just. Can you hear
You
me?
froze for just a second. Yeah, you froze for just a second,
Did
but
it
you're good
freeze?
now.
Yeah, a little bit, but we lost maybe 5 seconds, buddy.
Yeah. So a lot of things that I could sell on Craigslist for like maybe say 100, I just take to the flea market for 40 and 50 and be done with it and let somebody else make some money and kind of spread the wealth is what I like to do.
Yeah.
Hey, now, Mike, I have a question about the flea markets. I live here in the Poconos in Pennsylvania, and we only have the flea markets in the summer on the weekend. In California, where you're at, do you have flea markets 7 days a week?
Yeah, there's actually there's like two or three flea markets that are darn near 7 days a week, and then there's flea markets that are only Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. We could drive in an hour and in any direction, darn near several days a week, and hit a flea market.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's the advantage of having that better weather. The opportunities more there as far as flea marketing. Um, we're here. We've been getting so much rain in the Poconos that sometimes it's killing one of the days, and they only have it Saturday and Sunday, and that's like that. Now there was a new one that just opened up in Allentown, Pennsylvania. They're starting to do some oddball days. Now I see you guys driving down the middle. It looks like a cornfield. It kind of reminds me of Breaking Bad episode when Walter White had to meet with the boss. Where are you guys at?
This road is off the hook. We're like in this country road with like the holes are bigger than my car. I'm in the middle of the road.
It
Looks
reminds me
like
of Kansas. That's what it looks like. It
yeah,
reminds
I
me of
was gonna
Kansas.
say it looks like Wisconsin back roads. I saw a farm.
Yeah, except we're knee deep in the middle of the Bay Area.
I haven't been to the Bay Area. I mean, I was born in California, in Southern California, and then I had family that lived up in Big Bear, but I never really traveled much to the center like that. So I would have no idea even anything about that area. I wouldn't have guessed that was there.
Hey, Kimberly, what the hell's has a question there? I
The
want you
beauty
to
of the
read.
Bay.
Do you see it?
What the hell? So their question is, do you have a pet parrot or a peg leg? That's
That's a
what
trick
Jeremy,
question
I'm
right
guessing
there.
Jeremy wants to know. If you have a pet parrot or a peg leg.
Um, I don't have a parrot, but the other question is kind of like an iffy one to answer. I really don't know how to answer that one.
They're picking on Kimberly, Mike.
Jeremy. I did wear an eye patch. If you watched the video yesterday with me and Jeebus, I actually did wear an eye patch though.
Yeah, I figured that they would come in here and ask some interesting questions. I was prepared for that. That's all right. I can handle it.
Jeremy is good at pushing the envelope. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's all right. It keeps things interesting.
But that's why we love him.
Yeah, Jeremy and George are good peeps. If you guys aren't subscribed to them, you absolutely should be. Have y'all hit 100,000 subscribers yet? That's what I want to know. I mean, you said probably by the end of the week. Well, we're getting to the end of the week. Tomorrow's Friday.
Well, the end of the week is Sunday.
Well, I guess that's technically true.
Give them a couple more days.
Rebecca Kruder says, I've never seen him drive. Does he drive? And if so, what does he drive? That's what Rebecca wants to know from Storage Option Pirate.
Did you get that, Mike?
If I drive like the car?
Yeah, she wants to know if you drive at all.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I drive all the time. I was going to drive during the live, but Alex thought that wouldn't be safe.
Good thinking.
Yeah, that's good thinking, especially coming from the one who was texting. We all know your dirty secret storage stalker, texter.
He gets real protective when he's in the passenger seat.
Yeah, is he always holding the, oh shizzle handle? Oh shizzle.
We're luckily we're almost to the house, so it should get better. We go up there and make it right. Whoa! Don't wreck the car.
El Cubano wants to know what happened to the blue beard. That's a good question.
That's Oscar.
Oh,
Alex, yeah, Oscar. Yeah, Alex, what happened to the blue beard?
Which one? It actually came out in the shower in an accident.
Oh, so it was temporary.
It was.
You should have put a garbage bag around that, Alex.
I should have. You know what? That thing gave me a headache and made me dizzy too.
The blue beard?
I think I used the wrong stuff to make it blue.
Oh no!
You didn't use one of those toilet things, I hope.
Did you use one of those toilet things? That's a good one. I think
those little pods. That's typical.
I think I should probably log out of this and log into my computer because it'll probably have better reception.
Yeah, that's fine. I actually want to say hi to a few people anyway, so that way that'll give you a second to do that, and then you can come back and we can grill you with questions.
Okay.
Sounds fun. Yay!
All right.
Thanks, Mike. Thank you.
I just noticed that Todd Flipping Hustler came in to the chat, and I want to say something specifically about that man because I do not give him enough credit. Not only do I miss your face, Todd, why aren't you going live, buddy? But I wouldn't exist in lives if it wasn't for him and Thrifty Dad. He really helped me, and him just being the way he is through his lives and being so encouraging and just basically having the kind of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mentality that I'm always preaching to people to just do it, like just move your behind. If it wasn't for him, I don't know, honestly, if I'd be doing lives. Maybe I would have, but I have to give him a lot of credit and let him know in front of all of YT that I appreciate you. Flippin' Hustler, and I know a whole bunch of us do, and we miss you. Come back live. Come back live. Absolutely. He's an awesome guy. If you guys are not subscribed to the Flippin' Hustler, my little Elvis singing friend, you should be. Maria wants to know, sorry, dumb question, but what does the blue wrench mean? So it's really just honestly for trolls. I also have been handing them out to kind of keep track of who I've seen more often and who not. I have decided that I'm going to cap out at a certain point of handing out wrenches because there's a lot of them. And so, yeah, if you get a blue wrench, you basically have power, the ability to time people out if they're getting a little ornery.
Yeah, you're a moderator in the room, and you have the ability to help us filter the chat in case there's people in there putting inappropriate stuff that you help us avoid that situation. Because people don't realize when we're doing these lives, we're trying to watch the screen and watch the chat at the same time, and that gives us the ability to also interact with the guests like Mike and also the viewers in there, because the viewers are important. Those are the people that subscribe to the channel and also come back every week to enjoy the conversation talking with us. So that's important to have a certain amount of mods that basically have our backs.
Yes, and that brings me sort of to a point of I am very giving and up till this point of giving out blue wrenches. Curious George said something, said don't abuse the blue wrench, and that is very true because I can easily remove them very quickly. So make sure you are wise about it. Just because you got power doesn't mean you need to be too silly now. We don't want no shenanigans like that. I changed my Growing on Grumpy, and I mentioned this earlier in my life. Going on Grumpy, my friend Barb did my banner for my YouTube channel, and I wanted to give a special shout out to her because it is hilarious. If you guys have not seen it, you should look at it because it's involving a unicorn, which unicorns, I love unicorns. I got my little, oh, you can't really see it back here, my little light up, my other little one. And no, Pat, the duck is not for sale, okay?
I didn't make an offer yet. Tonight's not the auction show. But the offer still stands, $4.72.
I told you, okay, you can have the duck for $4.72 plus $100 handling fee.
Well, I'm hoping one day when maybe my channel grows, I get everybody to kick in 50 cents towards the shipping, and then I'll get the duck. But I can wait. Hey, Jeremy's wearing the same sweatshirt 24 hours a day. How many months in a row to get to 100,000 subs? So I can wait for the duck. I'll wait for the.
I'll give you the duck if I ever hit 100,000 subscribers. I'll keep you the duck.
Oh my God!
I can mail you some duck feathers. We have ducks in the backyard.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you the other day. To fill up a whole box full of the duck feathers and send them to you, Pat.
No duck feathers. I bet if Mike wanted to buy the duck for $4.72, you would say sold and hand deliver it.
Heck yeah! I mean, no.
Yeah, right.
No, I wouldn't.
And then next week on the show, that duck would have a pink mohawk look like.
Don't make me get my dog out, Pat, because I know how much you love her.
Mike caught us talking about the duck.
Yes, Pat is always trying to buy my duck, who's up there taped with, because he's duct tape. He's always trying to buy it.
You see it, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah. She does auctions sometimes. So when she does her live once in a while, I auction to pay money. But she wants $100 for shipping. And I called her before you hopped in that if you wanted free shipping for $5, you'd probably get it tomorrow. So I think there's a little when she says special guest, special prices too.
Yep.
Mike, now that we know that you're safe in the garage, now the serious questions can come on.
Yeah, you ready for him? I'm gonna fire him out. No. Welcome back.
Yeah, I'm on a much better line, and I'm in the quiet garage where the rest of them are in the house right now.
Partying it up. I bet you're having a great time hanging out, though.
I guess if you call playing Madden partying it up.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
I
I want to ask you a quick question. Do you still have those T-shirts?
Me?
Yeah.
Which ones?
Your logo T-shirt.
I haven't necessarily really put any out. I was supposed to have some come out soon, and I kind of like changed the plan in which I was doing it because I didn't like the way things were going. But I'm thinking of just putting up a Teespring and starting one of my logo on there. I haven't really I've been busy so much lately. I haven't even had time to put in energy into other things like that lately.
Yeah, I like the color scheme. It reminds me, I was a wrestling fan of Bret Hart with the black and pink. They used to have the black and pink attack. Do you remember that?
I totally remember that. The Hitman and his brother Owen.
Right. Yeah. So, and then Jim the Anvil Neidhart. So that's why I love it. So just let me know, because when you do get them out, I want to get one from you, bud.
All right. I'm hoping to start a Teespring soon that'll do that. So it'll just be real simple and it doesn't really no pressure on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Teespring was pretty. I just set that up. I did Amazon merch. I have Amazon merch out. That was pretty simple to kind of create, but Teespring I like because it has so many more things. Cool.
Plus, I kind of like this logo or this picture of me that Baby Jeebus drew for me recently, which was pretty cool. So I'm also on the fence whether I want to use that one or not too.
Mm-hmm.
So are you going to spill the beans? Who was the monkey last night?
It was Baby Jeebus.
They look too tall to be Baby Jeebus.
Oh, he's pretty tall. He's compared to his brother, he looks shorter, but like he's really only about an inch, like about almost 2 inches shorter than me.
Oh, okay. Because Jeebus, it looks so tall, and Baby Jeebus, and I thought maybe that's why you always called him Baby Jeebus, because he's little Baby Jeebus.
Jeebus is actually pretty tall. He's like much taller than me, but Baby Jeebus, compared to, like I said, Jeebus, he's kind of short, but that's like about the same height as me.
Okay.
It's hard to tell, I think, how tall people are, especially kind of through YouTube, unless you know, and then you see them all standing kind of next to each other. But I'm always off in trying to guess, how tall, because I'm surprised you haven't cracked some joke to Destiny yet about height. I see her pictures are blocked out, but
she said she'll be right back. I can't pick her on all the time. We don't call her Baby Pixie, but maybe that would be another channel.
I think it's
Charlie.
Oh, see, there she is.
She was listening. See,
I was listening.
Oh, you're in trouble now, Pat. No.
Hey, Mike, in the car, you had mentioned that you quit your job. What were you doing before you started doing this stuff? What was your job?
I spent 15 years as a furniture mover, kind of like a free, like independent contractor, so to speak, for like United Van Lines, Mayflower, Allied, et cetera, and I loaded people for cross-country move jobs, basically 53-foot trailers.
Now you didn't travel with the furniture; you just loaded trailers up.
Yeah, I wasn't into traveling. I just worked for people who would do the actual driving across the country, and they paid you cash every day. So it was kind of like your responsibility. It was kind of like being self-employed in a way, because I had to track my money, do my own taxes and stuff that way. But I like the freedom of deciding when I work and so forth. Even though I worked every single day, like one year I worked literally 360 days out of 365 moving furniture. That's like how much it took to make a decent living at it.
Right. What the Hells is talking about coming out to see you guys soon.
Oh, they are?
I don't know. They're in the chat saying they're going to do Fun Employed on July 4th, unless they're inviting all of us for a barbecue. That'd be cool.
Let's reread that statement. He said he's coming to Cali to live here full time.
Wait till he realizes how much money it is, right?
Well, it depends. Like I know that Jeebus, where he lives, they said it's pretty much the same rental price. So different places in this country are pretty well relatively the same compared to the cost of living here. But it also depends on where you live. Like I usually live in Martinez, where I'm from. It's a little more expensive because of the school districts and the population. But like where Jeebus is at, which is about darn near 50 minutes from there, where he's staying right now, the rent is so much different. It's like almost $1,000 cheaper.
Right.
So it really just depends on where you are around here.
Yeah, my brother used to live in California, and he just recently, it was expensive where he was at. I can't remember. I know it was in like LA area. And he just moved up to Oregon, to the Portland area, whereas that's where the rest of my family is. I'm like just the loner over here in Colorado now. Just me. It's all good. I wanted to know if I have you had any when you go and you buy your storage auctions, have you found any that like basically what your favorite finds are? Like what are some of the best items that you've found or your treasures from storage unit? Maybe, and it doesn't even have to be price wise, it can just be something that you thought was so cool you were excited about.
Well, one of my favoriteest things that I ever found, just because of the history of it, was a Babe Ruth signed baseball. That was always something that really just sticks in my head, and I kind of wish I didn't sell it, but it was like for $9,000, so it wasn't really something I felt like keeping. But I wish I kept that, because that was one thing that I think 40 years from now would have went up so much drastically in price because of the scarcity of finding his autograph. And I have more like simpler things. Like I like Disney stuff, and one of the things that I have are my prized possessions are I have several like Beauty and the Beast statues, and I got a Lady and the Tramp statue that's got like two little girl dogs and two little boy dogs, and the Lady and the Tramp, and that's probably like my favoriteest thing that I've ever found in a storage unit, bar none. It has a lot of symbolism to me, and I don't know, something about that piece. That's probably one of my favorite things I've ever found.
That's cool. Pat, do you have anything you've ever found, either just sourcing in general that you were super stoked about? Pat?
Oh, I'm sorry. I loved. I wasn't sure if you were asking me. I love Mike's answer so much because I can relate to him. I mean, I'm a big Babe Ruth fan because we share the same birthday, and I love Disney. I've been to Disney World 8 times. I mean, I even source stuff. I bought this the other day, Mike. This Happy Lamp from Swamp Picker. When he showed it, he got it. So I'm a big Disney fan, but I mean, a lot of times when I source, I don't keep much because you can get guilty of wanting to keep too much stuff. So I source to sell. I source to sell, but fail to list sometimes. So that's the problem I have right now with a 2-car garage and only the ability to park 1 car in it right now. But it looks like Mike's got a lot of space there behind him.
I know, right?
This is Jeebus's house. You? Otherwise, this garage would probably be full floor to roof.
Filled, right? Is there anything, just Shamrock Pixie, that you and Tommy have found that you thought was really cool?
Well, I've actually found 2 things. The first thing I found was a plastic old, I think it was 70s multiplier and divider that was covered in marker. I did a video actually on how to remove the marker from there. That sold for some good money. And then a Kodak, can't think of what they are. It's for negatives, and they have like 6 different color chart things, and you put it up against your negative to like check the color. It's from the 80s, 1980, I think it was from, and that sold for really, really good money. And that was just it. I walked in, it was on the shelf. I grabbed it, looked at it, said, "Oh, this is different," and went through it. It was in great shape, and I looked it up, and I was like, getting it. And I think we paid like $2 for it or something like that, and sold it for a lot. So those are my 2 favorite finds.
Yeah, for me, I really like anything kind of with a story, like history or something behind it. I do tend to more hoard, I guess you could say, because I'm only borderline hoarder-ish because I like to resell. So it's only hoarding if you can't sell it for a profit. I'm telling you. But I end up keeping a lot of things for my kids, and especially if it's toys that that I had as a kid or really cool kind of toys, I tend to keep them. My son thinks he needs everything. I'm going to have a house just for the toys that he, I've sourced. And he's like, Mom, I need that. And I'm a sucker, such a sucker. I'll let him keep everything pretty much. So I know that you're starting you're trying to get your other channel. This is to you, Mike. You're getting your other channel kind of going. Do you have kind of a goal or a plan that you want with that new channel, the Hustle Grind Rewind?
I wouldn't say I really have a goal, but like there was a large period of time where I was like spamming videos on YouTube because I kind of film a lot. And like I'll make like vlogs, I'll make reveals. So I'll probably be putting up some vlog style videos on there here and there, just so I don't, because I have this weird thing, like once I make footage, I don't like to throw it away unless I use it. So, but the main thing is lives. Like I like to go live here and there, but it seems like live slowed down production of the video I uploaded 2 hours ago. So I just stopped basically every live other than Sunday nights. And I would like to go live from storage units again, live from the flea market, live from the auctions, live from wherever, but I don't want to mess up the hard work I put into my this channel here, Storage Auction Pirate.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Do you have some goals that you're like trying to hit, or just to do even within YouTube? Are you planning on sort of sticking down that storage unit vibe?
Well, the other channel is also as well, like, it's like, I don't really like, a lot of people on here say don't care what people think, and there's always haters and stuff. And it seems like a lot of people who watch storage units don't like the motivational stuff I do, or the way I talk about, how life's hard, those type of things. And Hustle, Grind, Rewind to me is more the mentality of how you survive through life while doing your hustle and life, so to speak. So I will probably use it a lot more to, that type of platform than just resale.
Right. Yeah, I kind of sort of fell into it, honestly, with my channel. I originally had my channel as Life of Kimberly, and I was trying to tell somebody to look me up. So I was like, just type in Life of Kimberly, and they typed it in, and there was 50 million. And because I was, I've been a reseller for quite some time, I don't know, I thought it would be funny, and I changed it, and it ended up being borderline hoarder-ish. And once I figured out that not a lot of people had that, I was like, well, that's brilliant. So I've just kind of stuck with it. It's kind of amusing to see people butcher it all the time. It doesn't offend me necessarily that people butcher my name, because in my eyes, it gets people saying my channel name and kind of being like, wait, what? What is that? So I guess it's a little different. How about you, Patrick? Do you have any goals and plans for your YouTube channel that you have? I know you have more than one also.
Yeah, well, and as you know, I just hit 1,000 last week. And when I hit 1,072, I'm going to give a couple prizes. I have, just like Mike said, I went through cancer and health issues, and I like to talk about wealth, because I had businesses and stuff, but I decided to make a separate channel, Pat's Hall, where I talk about those things. I'll be honest, I wish sometimes I had more time to talk about those things, because I think those things are more motivating. But people seem to enjoy, obviously this channel more because of the treasure hunting part of doing storage units and flea market finds and, those types of things. But yeah, I mean, I have a bunch of things I plan to do and hopefully keep growing every month. And this is what I like about, YouTube is this has come the right time in my life to meet new people and new friends and people, to be honest, that share the same interest. I said this before in one of my lives. I can't go, here we are, it's almost 10 o'clock at night in the Poconos. I can't go to my neighbor's house and knock on their door and say, hey, you want to chat? But anytime you could just turn on your Google Hangout and, within, 10 or 15 minutes, there's, 25 people in there just looking to see what you have to say and hang out and chat with you. So, I love it as far as that aspect.
Yeah, I can agree to that in that kind of social it's cool to be able to connect. You know, I've always been kind of a misfit, a little bit of an oddball, and I've been okay with that. But sometimes people don't, you know, necessarily like that, and so it's kind of nice to connect with others. And I really just started my channel to kind of just document, I don't know, life. You know, I'm more than just a reseller. I'm a mom, you know, too. That's my number one priority. Like every day is just being a mom to my kids. And reselling is just kind of part of it. You know, I like to sing. I know a bunch of people know that about me. And then, you know, doing crafts. I'm pretty artsy fartsy. I'm a little artistic. So I kind of dabble in a little bit. I've thought about separating that out of my channel, but that was originally kind of what I started. My whole channel was just to kind of be me. I mean, if you go back and watch some of my first few videos, like of they're cringy, as my daughter would say. Like I had this one where I have some, I don't know, I was testing out some hair dryer, blow dryer thing, and it like blows up all crazy on my head. I wanted to face palm myself, but it was funny though, so I figured I might as well just put it up there. And plus, life's too short, you know, to be too serious all the time. Destiny, you know, I'm gonna ask you next what your plan, your goals, how you kind of going with your channel here, ma'am.
Well, my channel is going to be kind of a little bit of my journey through what just happened with me with my spleen, and explaining, you know, what a spleen is, because I don't know how many people have asked me, well, what is a spleen? What does it do? So I want to educate people on that. I want to educate people on, let me see if I can get this right. Arteriovenous malformation. That it's kind of like a birth defect that happens, and it usually happens with your brain and your spine. But because of it being in my spleen and causing what happened to me, people need to know about that. And I also want people to, you know, I'm going to talk about donating blood. It's very, very important. If people wouldn't have donated blood, I wouldn't be here. So it's going to be documenting a lot of what I just recently went through, and try to get the word out there how important it is, and to remember that today you could have today, tomorrow isn't promised, and in a matter of minutes, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for others doing what they did to help me. So I'm hoping that it'll help other people recognize the warning signs too. So
Is that my Jazzy Jazz?
it is. You can say hi. Oh, you
I want
got
to see your pretty face. Hi,
face.
Jazz. What are you
got
doing?
ice cream.
Ice cream. You're not sharing with me?
You have blue moon all over your face. Go wash your face.
I'm surprised that my son hasn't come to say hi. He just thinks it's too cool that Mike has a pink mohawk, because my son loves to have a mohawk. He hasn't done it in a minute, but he's all, Mom, I want to do my hair in a mohawk. And then he shied out of doing it and decided not to. I'm surprised, because he usually is over here bugging me to come live to say hi.
Don't be shy.
I know, right? I'll.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, can we? I know you mentioned it one time yourself on your show. Can we ask why you? I know a little bit why you do your hair like that, but I think it's something you do for a friend, and people are curious, and I like what I've heard, and maybe you can clarify it.
Yeah, well, the main reason why my hair initially went pink is my best friend was diagnosed with cancer 4 years ago, and it was a brain cancer. And at the time, I was not quite certain that different colors meant different things for cancer. I just thought that it was all cancer awareness because I saw it all over sports, and it turned out it was for breast cancer, basically. But to me, it was for cancer awareness. And then my friend passed away. And it really became more, it's like a tribute to his life, basically. Like I plan on just being pink for my life, because that was like, as I call it, my hetero life mate. Like he was just my bestest friend in the whole world. Part of the reason why I even do YouTube, he helped to get me out of my shell and teach me that I was worth somebody being confident for. And he was just a great role model all in all. And so I started it for that reason. But when I started doing pink, I started getting a lot of hate for it. A lot of people would tell me stuff like I'm gay, like I have a midlife crisis, like I'm crazy. There's several different reasons. And it became more of a FU to them. Like anybody who wants to judge me for being anything that you have no clue, it's kind of like, screw you. And I don't like bullies. And I see a lot of people in this world who are kind of scared to be themselves because they're more worried about somebody over here is going to think. So it's kind of like now it's more of a anti-bullying and, don't be afraid to be yourself symbol than what it started out to be. But that's right. All of it in a nutshell.
And I met you probably about 7 or 8 weeks ago. And we talked, and when you told me that, it just showed me what kind of heart you have. And for you to put yourself out there like that and just remind people to not forget their friends and stuff like that, that really meant the type of guy you are. So I really appreciate you sharing that with the audience, because not every people are afraid to ask or wonder what is going on, and I really appreciate you sharing that with us.
Well, I get one time I had this woman message me, and she told me how her young daughter loved watching me with my pink hair because she didn't necessarily specify why, but she said she was different and she was like picked on a lot in school, and it made her feel inadequate, so to speak. And seeing me with my pink hair inspired her to just want to do more. I think it was something about doing drama or something like that. And it's the stuff like that truly makes me not even care about the storage business or anything more than just trying to change somebody's life. I felt that way a lot as a kid. When I was a kid, I was very poor. I was homeless. My parents were drug addicts. I was very picked on, bullied, beat up. And I can't stand any child in this world who has to be living through that. So it's kind of like, I want to stand up for the world. You know what I mean? I don't like seeing people not know how to feel special for just the fact that they're them,
I think that is beautiful. I can relate to that so much. I was bullied kind of throughout school for being a little strange. I mean, kids are cruel, and I know my daughter has been sort of picked on, and I have zero, tolerance kind of for that mentality. My son, though, he's a charm. You want to say hi? They can hear you now.
Hello.
Hey, Braden.
Hello.
Is this cool? There's a lot of people watching. Look, isn't his hair cool? You say hi, Mike.
Hello, Mike.
How you doing?
Okay, verified.
I him again.
I know, it's verified on YouTube that I smooch you. I know that maybe it can sometimes be embarrassing, for the kids, but growing up for me, my family wasn't really like that. And, my family didn't necessarily tell me that they love me kind of thing every day and be sort of over the top. So I make an effort to make sure, to do that. And maybe he doesn't appreciate it so much now, but he will remember, as he gets older, that his mom smooched his face every day and all over YouTube. I'm going to put my earbuds back in here. Hold on.
It's that's one thing I like about YouTube myself is I've gotten to know Destiny's kids and Kimberly's kids, and we talk and have fun and banter. And I live in Pennsylvania. Kimberly lives in Colorado, and it's Wisconsin for Destiny, right?
Yep.
Right, and but it doesn't stop us from. And we talked to Rebecca and her son. It doesn't stop us from turning on the camera and be able to interact with each other and talk to the kids. And that's one of the things that I enjoy about doing this, YouTube.
Yeah, it's fun. I was streaming one of my first videos back when I first started. I like how I make it sound like it was forever ago. I literally started going live the third week of January. So I'm still fairly new to all this, but the first time I put a video up, and hooked up the HDMI and played it on the TV, and I only had, it was right in the beginning. I had 20, 30 maybe subs, and he looked at the TV and he was like, "Mom, you're famous." Just because I was on the big TV, and I just thought that was too funny. I see that people are chit-chatting about bullying and what the hell says I beat up all the bullies. Does that make me double dose of bully? Yeah, bullies are no good, man. And never, again, I'm going to say the same quote that I love to say. If you aren't yourself, then how are those looking for you supposed to find you? So never be afraid to just be yourself. For sure. I don't know. I don't know if Destiny has. I have a whole slew of questions, but I don't know if Destiny had any questions.
I didn't, but somebody in the chat at the beginning did, so I wrote it down. It was what the Hales asked. You have, and this is to Mike. You have so many great ideas and obviously are a networker. What other 3 words would you use to describe yourself?
To describe myself?
That's what they asked.
Ooh. Who asked that?
Jeremy.
Oh, damn you, Jeremy.
That's your friend.
Is this supposed to be like a sentence or just 3 random words? Like, I don't know.
What other 3 words would you use to describe yourself? So 3 words.
Caring, genuine, unique.
Awesome answers.
I think that was great answers. I see that Uncle Mike, who you mentioned quite often, is in the chat.
I was going to say, shout out to my Uncle Mike for being in the live chat. He's always out there.
Oh, that's cool.
That's actually my uncle. Everybody calls him Uncle Mike, but he's actually my real uncle. But he's like actually now all of YouTube's uncle.
There you go.
That's awesome. I love it when that happens. That's cool. I can't get any of my family to. I think if my mom would just jump in the rabbit hole, that she would love it, because she's very similar to me in personality of, being bubbly and happy. And that's just how we are, man. Life's too short. I got a good question. It's not in regards to storage units, but you being a much bigger channel than myself, best advice for somebody wanting to start YouTube?
Well, for me, you can watch my channel and learn all the things you never want to do on YouTube. That's about the best thing I could tell you, is all the things not to do, which is like, don't do dumb things like cuss on your channel, and don't overdo it. Like, just be yourself. Like, a lot of people, I believe, feel like they need to. I have this conversation with my daughter a lot. She's always trying to tell me, like, Dad, what should I do? And people don't want to watch me do this. And the fact really is, people want to watch you. People want to see you be yourself. They want to see the way you smile, the mannerisms you use in your hands, the sound of your voice, the way you light up when certain things are said, and the way you get fresh. Like, they want to see that realness in each person. So be yourself and just, try to put out like a video on a consistent basis, whether it's once a day, every Wednesday, 3 times a week, whatever it is, stick to that routine and don't stop. Like, I believe I heard Jeebus say this once, and that they say that the 1,000 subs is the hardest number to ever reach in YouTube. And I believe it, because most people give up because they're more worried about how many likes they got or how many subscribers they got. And what is there, like millions of videos uploaded a day? Like, you have to be thankful for whatever you get. And then when you have gratitude for that moment, the rest unfolds.
I think that's great advice. How about you, Pat? You got any advice for people just starting YouTube? Any lessons that you've learned? Any good advice?
I can just mimic Mike. I mean, try to be yourself. And I'm having fun doing it. And for me, I'm not afraid to network. I mean, some people are kind of stuck on their channel and don't, everybody's going to come to them. I think you got to get out there and tell your story and get people to, like you and like the story and continue to follow you. I'm not afraid to be on other people's channel or have them come on mine and interact. I actually, like I said, I enjoy it. I mean, the big show I was on was Tuesday and Thursday with Scott, the Bearded Picker. And, he's up to 64,000 subscribers. That was tough, I'll be honest, getting on camera and then having to worry what people were going to think of you and stuff. Now, 5 months into it and having hit over 1,000
subs. To me, it's gotten easier, but there's still more things I'd like to accomplish and do, and meet more different people and do. Now that I can go live on mobile, that's going to change some things up. Some location. I live in here in Pennsylvania. I'm very close to New York City and Philadelphia, so there's a lot of interesting things going on that I think people would be interested in seeing. Now, time will tell. We'll see what happens as I keep growing, but hopefully I do. And I do want to mention, there's 58 people watching. I think that's the most that we've had as far as a Thursday night live show.
Leave it to you to always be like, all right, well, this is our biggest show yet, or this is how many people.
Right. So I'm excited for you, and we keep growing as far as that, and we're not stopping. So.
Yeah, man. I told you I'm in it till the end, man. I'm all about it. Destiny. I know that you got some good advice to give the viewers about starting a YouTube channel. Let us know.
Destiny.
Yeah.
I want you to think about it, because I want to remember there's a date that's going to go down in history. February the 3rd, 2019. You gave a clown, some goofy guy living in the Poconos, in the sticks of Pennsylvania, a chance to go live with you. That was the first.
And that's the thing, be willing to help others when you need it, and don't be afraid to ask for help. When you start out, YouTube is a bit scary. It's a big world. And a lot of people don't know what they're going to talk about at first on YouTube. But don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to go and say, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. Can somebody help me? Because I'm not the only one out there that's willing to go out and help somebody. That's what we're here for, to lift each other up, to support each other, and to be there. So that's what you got to do. Show each other love.
Yeah, I think
Speak of the devil, we just mentioned being on Scott's show. He finally showed up. And Scott,
welcome, Bearded Picker.
He's been busy. He was doing a live earlier today, and then he did a live early this morning. So people don't realize it also that I appreciate when they give up their time. I mean, when you're watching these lives for an hour or two at a time, you're giving up personal time. And then also we're giving up time when we're creating this content, because we want to interact with people. And I like it, like I said, and I put a lot of time. I probably put 15, 20 hours a week into doing this. And so I'm dedicated. So I hope that people are dedicated to us and will follow us.
Yes, I agree to that. I think for me, my best kind of advice in being kind of a newer creator to the YouTube world is for sure be yourself, because it'll catch up to you if you try to be somebody else. Like I was afraid at first. I even know in my first few lives, I was like, do I just let full on, crazy come out? And I'm glad that I've always been just myself, because it's like anything I do, first off, nobody's ever surprised by, and second, I don't have to really kind of do too much preparation before, doing anything, just for the fact that I'm always going to be myself. I do it with kind of, I don't like to cuss all over YouTube or necessarily be too XXX talking, kind of more PG-13-ish, because I do know that not only I'm sure there are kids around, but my own children, I never want them to look at YouTube and see their mom and be like, OMG, I'm embarrassed, in a not good way. They're already embarrassed by me in public, because I don't really care much for what anybody thinks, so I'm just a big old goofball all the time. But I think it's important to be yourself and be organic about it. And also, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to just start putting content out there. I mean, really, think about it. If people don't like you, why would you want those people to watch you anyways? The people who do like you will take the time, to watch you. So you don't have to worry necessarily about just putting putting stuff out there. And there are ways to start a YouTube channel without having even your face all over it or doing lives if that really makes you uncomfortable. I've told people a few times that if you're that nervous about it, you know, I know myself, I know Destiny is good about it, but we don't mind doing a Google Hangout, you know, to kind of ease those nerves and get people into the groove, because it is a little scary putting yourself out there like that.
Look, like Jeebus, he didn't show his face for 10,000 subs. The first several videos, he never actually had his face on camera. It's so possible to go to different lengths without even actually being on the camera.
There is quite a lot of even I know that I don't know how many are in the chat right now, but I do know in our community that there's a lot of ladies who do jewelry and they just show just their hands. I do think it helps in being kind of, you know, letting your personality sort of show through, for sure. And, you know, again, just trying to be yourself. I can't remember who said it originally, but they basically said, you know, when you're first starting, to just puke out content, to basically just push out content until something sticks. You know, keep in mind, don't get burnt out on it, and then don't quit, don't give up. It's hard, especially when you start to hit certain levels and then you have people who are insulting you and saying horrible things. And actually, you know what? I'm going to admit this. I messaged Mike and asked him what his best advice was about the haters, because I don't want to go, you know, too negative on this topic, but, you know, it's hard sometimes to deal with what the, you know, people say or they type or they comment. So I literally messaged him and I was like, what is your best advice, you know, to deal with the haters of YouTube? And I can't remember exactly what you said, but, you know, just basically being yourself, and that everybody kind of gets haters, right? It was something along those lines.
Well, Jeremy pretty much nailed the strategy I've used now, because he kind of taught me that. Because before, what I used to do was like, I would kind of be like, I would just give them a heart emoji, or I would tell them I love them. And in retrospect, it's kind of antagonistical, because if somebody's trying to be angry and you're just like, I love you, you're really kind of feeding the fire. So Jeremy's point, which he says right here in the comment, is unleash your creativity. 95% of your viewers will love you, 5% will hate you. Never focus on those that hate you. Pour everything into those that love you, they'll love you more. He's the one who taught me how I deal with the haters now. So that's kind of, I think, what I was trying to tell you.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
You know, and like that's amazing advice from a young man like that. And when you got to give him credit. And I'm learning from people that are 20 years younger than me, and then you learn from people that are older than you, and you know, you put that all together, and hopefully, you know, you become a better person. I think like I said, I found YouTube at the right time, and I've met some amazing people, even in person. I see you guys did your West Coast, East Coast collab, and I've seen you even with your channel. I mean, you're getting a lot of support the last month. I know you talked about maybe changing it and doing things, and people apparently like what you're doing, because I've seen you grow tremendously just in the last month too.
Yeah, it's I don't know, I think the whole YouTube thing is pretty exciting. It's definitely helping kind of, for me, my confidence level. I have a hard time sort of getting stuck in the mentality of kind of being bullied forever, that I can't sometimes get out of it. But I definitely am appreciative, because there's far more good than there is bad, I think. And, you know, I think it's important to just kind of keep your eye on, you said it to me, Pat, before, and you always remember your why, which is actually a great question I'm going to ask to Mike, is what is your driving force behind all this, behind making, because you are a busy man, you know, between buying storage units and putting out as many videos as you do. What is fueling this fire that's got you to be doing all of this?
Well, there's more than one thing, really. Like I have a whole, my whole passion beyond, well, first off, the biggest inspiration I have is my children. I have 2 children. I've had full custody of them for over 3 years. Not only is it my job to support them, but it's also my job to be a carbon copy of what I want to see them become. And I want them to be productive adults and possibly lead by example the same way I try to. And my other thing is, I feel the pain. I feel pain of the world, and I kind of want to like be this example to try to. I don't feel you can really teach people things. You have to kind of show people. That's kind of why like I've divulged a lot of hard times in my life, so to speak. Kind of how I lost my home recently, and just things that a lot of people are like, you shouldn't do that. It's gonna make yourself look bad. And you never look bad as long as you feel good. So I kind of try to be an example to try to just show people how to smile, like on a day-to-day basis, and show love. You don't have to be rich, successful, driving a Lamborghini, everything you possibly dreamed of, just to be happy and show respect to the person sitting next to you. And I like using YouTube for that platform. And that's kind of my inspiration, because I don't really, outside of my kids, I don't have like really much of a life. I'm really just like a workaholic. I work, I YouTube, I take care of kids. I work, I YouTube, it's like a hustle, grind, and wine, same process every day.
Yep.
I love your, excuse me, Kim. I love your interaction with your daughter, and the Salt Princess you call, right?
Yeah, Salt Princess.
Right. I was watching one of your videos one time, and I had a comment because you were doing a yard sale live, and she comes up to you, "Don't be stealing my sales." and I just love that that banter back and forth. I try to do that with my own kids too, but sometimes they want to get the best of the old man, and but it's fun because sometimes people will say, "Oh, don't be friends with your kids," and why not? Why not? I enjoy being friends with my kids and doing, and I see that with your daughter. And is Jasmine your daughter too?
No, Jasmine is my daughter's girlfriend, actually.
Okay, because I see Jasmine there a lot in the videos, and I'm watching you.
Yeah, so, Jasmine, she's a good spirit too. She's kind of like my daughter in a way, because she spends a lot of time with us. I actually have a 15-year-old son, but Fortnite is usually more important than me, his sister, or YouTube. So
yeah,
he's not really.
That's funny. Yeah, that's like my kid, and it's not for Lily, my older. She's 14. It's not necessarily Fortnite. I mean, my son is more of the gamer, but yeah, she's definitely likes to be on her tablet or her phone, or not so much dealing with mom as much as all of her friends. Yeah, the Salt Princess, your guys' interaction even on Instagram is pretty funny. The daily words or motivation. And then, of course, now every time I see chocolate milk, I always think of that pretty much.
I adore that little child. Like, she's my firstborn. I don't really favor my kids more, but it's kind of weird. Like, my son, he has his own personality, but it's not like he's not identical to me. My daughter, I literally feel like we are twins. Like, we can literally sit in a room and read each other's mind. We don't even have to like say something. And she is just as much of a smart aleck as me. She has just the temper as me. She's moody like me. She's bossy like me. It's like I create a monster with her.
That's funny. Yeah, my daughter's a little sassy herself for sure. I know Jazzy, Destiny, your daughter's a little sassy herself too.
Yeah, she's 100% Tommy. 100% Tommy.
Yeah, we're just blaming the bargain effect. It's all his fault. That's what I do anyways. Just everything is his fault. Or Pat's, one or the other. I blame them. Oh, yep, it's your fault. Pat, do you have any questions?
Yeah, and I typically we do this show for about 60 or 70 minutes.
For a little longer, I know.
And I really appreciate, Mike, you giving the time. I wanted to be fair to you and the viewers, because first 10 or 15 minutes we had you in the car, and we didn't get to hear much of because of the technical. So that's why I was glad that you were willing to stay over. Who are you smiling at?
Somebody in my garage here.
Tell them to come out and lurking. Who's lurking?
Come on in.
If Alex is there, tell them come over and say hello. They don't have to pay.
Yeah, they don't have to pay.
We're not going to ask you to sing. There we go. We have an appearance officially on the Borderline Orders, the Pink Monkey.
This is my guest.
Dance moves. That's your special guest?
Yeah.
Can he do the moonwalk?
I don't know who it is. Oh, I know who it is. I know that's Baby Jeebus.
Baby Jeebus.
What up, baby
Baby
Jeebus?
He's camera shy, so he comes on with the monkey suit, so you don't know it's him.
Oh, that was pretty good dancing. I was a little impressed.
Are you
He's
doing?
even a good artist.
Oh, he is a very good artist.
Yeah. He did some of the channel art for Wade's Ventures, Rise and Grind, and the Bearded Picker. He did their channel art and stuff for them.
I didn't realize that. I didn't make that connection. That is, yeah, that's talent. That's actually really awesome.
Yep, that's who did that. Yep.
Way cool. Way cool. So I have a few more questions. I know that we're kind of over time. Are you in a rush, Mike?
I have. No, I'm not in no hurry.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna hold you up maybe about 5 more minutes, buddy.
I'm here for you guys, so don't trip.
No, well, we appreciate that. You know,
You're all night if you want.
I mean, you guys, I know as our channel grows, I mean, you guys have big channels and what you're doing. To take the time out of your day, again, it's greatly appreciated.
You know, it took me 8 years to get to 6,000 subs.
Wow.
And then last year is when my channel finally really went somewhere. I was only at 6,000 after like 8 years of YouTube, but I didn't give up.
Yeah. What do you think was the turning point? Was there a particular like video? I know for some they have viral videos, and that what is really kind of sets the stage for them to grow quickly.
I had a video do well in the beginning, and it kind of built up, but I never really focused on YouTube properly. I used to make like a 1.5-minute video. The concept of a video wasn't in my brain. I just used to take little random shots and put up on YouTube. I wasn't doing it right. And then finally, like 2 years ago, I really started taking it serious. And like I was at like I was like at 6,000 subs on January 28th of last year, literally after 8 years. And then this year on January 28th, I managed to get to 26,000 subs. So my channel grew a lot in that one year, but you can grow really fast from nothing. You know, like this man right here, come back over here. Come on, say hi, you're out here. This man right here who just hit 30,000 subs, my good buddy Alex, he's only had his channel for like, a little less than 6 months, right?
6 months.
Wow, that is impressive.
And I've been posting probably for what? Like on a steady level, probably for like the last 3 months.
Yeah, he didn't post a lot in the beginning. I had to push him.
Yeah,
That is way cool. Like,
he pushed me over the edge, and then I just started doing it.
Now, Alex, do you live close by, or are you guys staying there also?
I am 20 minutes from Mike.
But no, I mean from where Jeebus is right now.
Oh, I'm actually 15 minutes from them.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, they're like a bridge and 1 toll and 2 fields and 6 windmills away from me.
there you go.
it really looked like Kansas. That reminded me of Kansas. I lived in Kansas for a while, and there's tons of those big old windmill things. What it looked like.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, that's way cool. I mean, I only have just over 1,000, and I thought that was all right. To get that far that quick is really, really impressive. He's got a great personality too, though.
Yes, you got to be yourself and keep chugging. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, true story. Just to be yourself. Well, I definitely am myself. I mean, sometimes I could facepalm myself for the things that I do, especially live. I'm like, did I just really do that? But it is what it is. You either take it or leave it. I want to know, because I know that you were just talking about how you pretty much hustle hard. You know, you're not only a dad and buying storage units and making YouTube content. But what do you do for fun? Do you ever have fun, Mike? Ever?
Do I ever have fun, Alex?
We always have fun.
The
business is fun.
What's that Jeremy says? We are fun employed. That is the greatest way. This job is fun. I hang out with Alex every day. We're not partners like we used to be anymore, like business-wise, but we're either like at the auctions near each other. We're selling across from each other at the flea market. We're in our group chats with all of the collab team, or it's me, him, and Locker Nuts. And I mean, we're constantly having fun. And I have fun with my children. My kids and I have a great sense of humor. I just find fun in what it is I'm doing. You know, like I don't need to go to an amusement park or on vacation to have fun. I just have fun.
make fun whatever you're doing. That's good. I know that Pat likes to go to amusement parks, huh, Pat?
Oh yeah, and you know what? You see the love between the group, and that's what's important. And when you're having fun and you see the genuine hanging out together, that it's not faked because they're enjoying it. The days go fast,
Exactly.
and you don't mind doing this. You know, I like I said, I enjoy. I had a chance to meet Scott, the bearded picker. He was coming up through Pennsylvania, and me, Banana Fines, and then we met up with Taco Stacks, and it was fun. You know.
Yeah, that is. I still haven't met. I'm working on it. Hopefully, I'm going to be meeting some YouTube creators here very soon. All right, next question.
One second before I want to make sure we read Jeremy's comment here because it was about YouTube. But he said some encouragement for small YouTube channels or subs are good for your ego, but views are what matters. You can have a ton of subs but no views. You want views, and I think that's very true. If all your focus is on I need 100 subs, I need 500 subs, I need 1,000, whatever number you're going for, subs don't really do much in the grand scheme of your video because you can have 0 subs and get 1 million views, but you can also have 1 million subs and get 0 views. So you want to look at it from the standpoint that you want to focus on views, not subs. That was a good point you made.
Yeah, I think that is because you need the watch time, right? Like a lot of times that's what it counts for is watch time, or that makes sense. Destiny, you're not allowed to answer this. Okay, you already know what I'm going to ask. And what's your dream car? Dream car, Mike. What is your dream car?
My dream car?
Yep.
Ooh, I wish I had a Class A license with a tractor trailer and a 53-footer so I can pick up like 7 storage units at once.
Ooh, thinking big. All right. Yeah. Pat, go ahead. Tell us your dream car.
A Dodge Challenger, and even if it's used, I'm going to get one day. I don't need a new car. I think they came out in 2008. So if I get one that's used and just park it and drive it around once in a while. I'm hoping when I go to Florida, then probably when I come back and forth between Florida and Pennsylvania, I'll probably just keep it parked down there. This way the winter doesn't ruin the car.
I see Curious George. George says, don't lie, pirate. It's a smart car. I don't know how much you can fit in that. A smart car. All right, Destiny, we're going to skip over you since I don't like your dream car. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, Destiny, go ahead. Tell everybody.
I want a 1968 Shelby Mustang.
Fords. No good. And I already know, I've already asked this question on the Chevy and Ford. I already know your answer, Storage Auction, Pirate. You're a Ford fan over Chevys. It's disappointing. No. It's all right. You only lost a few brownie points. Oh, wait. I know what I need to ask you, and maybe the chat won't understand this. Socks? Or are you wearing socks with your slides today?
I actually am wearing socks with my slides. Thank you. That's fashion. That's fashion where I'm from.
Yeah, apparently, I guess. I apparently haven't been to California in a while because I was giving him a hard time about him wearing socks with, I said sandals, and he's like, they're not sandals, they're slides. And he was right. At least they're not flip-flops.
Slides.
See, who tells somebody that they're not cool? I'm like, you just lost some cool points. I'm straightforward. I got nothing to hide. You either take it or leave it. You know?
I never heard the word slide. I used to call them Jesus shoes when I was a kid. I never heard the word slides. So that must be a California lingo there.
It's kind of like a younger generation thing, I think, but yeah.
Yeah, I had to ask you that. That was pretty funny. All right, here's the last question, and then we're gonna wrap it up. If you were stuck on an island and you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would you pick?
Say it again.
If you were stuck on an island and you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would you pick?
Let me think.
But don't say sliders.
Yeah, don't say sliders. Nope. You're going to lose more.
Does mustard count as food?
Does what?
Mustard count as a food?
You would eat mustard?
Mustard only?
Oh, that's what I'm thinking.
What's wrong with you?
Do I get the food and then I get mustard to put on it, or like I only get
Think
the
of food that you were stuck with eating. What? So that you could, I don't know, rip off some tree bark and put a little mustard on it? Like,
I eat a lot of food just so I have something to put mustard on.
first it's slides, and now it's mustard, and it's Fords. Oh my gosh.
Oh
I don't know about this guy, y'all. Pat, how about you? How about you? If you're stuck on an island, what would it be?
I'd say hamburgers, but I need ketchup. Not mustard, but ketchup. If I'm on the same island with Mike, he'll have the mustard, so I don't even need to worry about it.
I don't know about mustard.
You say stuck on an island by ourselves?
Well, I didn't, I guess.
Maybe that would be some good YouTube content. Me and Mike stuck on an island. I keep getting compliments on my island shirt tonight. It's Christmas in Hawaii.
You look so cute, Pat. Okay, Destiny. Go ahead. Let me know. Tacos.
Because you get many different items to go on your tacos. You can put anything on them. So I would say tacos.
Yeah. See, I was thinking of the bigger picture, and I would choose potatoes because I could make them different ways. I could grow them, and if there was other islanders or people around, I'm going to sell my potatoes. Maybe get some other food, trade off. I was thinking a little bigger, but I'm always interested to see. And I know with the reseller community and kind of anybody who's in, selling items, whether it's through flea markets, through eBay, through auctions, through local sales, that there's a lot of content out there of, questions that we've already kind of always asked. So I thought it was fun to ask questions that aren't necessarily the typical questions. We are going to start wrapping this up. I don't know if you, Pat, or Destiny have any last questions.
No, I just want to thank Mike for coming on. I mean, we could talk all night, and I think, you know what? Leave the opportunity to talk to him again in the future and get to know him even more. So I really appreciate him taking the time to come on.
Yes, I do too. I heard someone in the chat say that he hasn't ate today, or ate dinner yet. So I thought, we don't want him to get hangry. So it's time to wrap this up. I don't know. I think maybe it was. I can't remember. Was it me?
I had just ate dinner before we drove out here. Me and the Jeebus said we were talking about dinner.
Well, then you see, he wasn't hangry yet.
No.
I don't want you to be hangry and flip out on us or something. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think that you would do that.
French fries.
Mustard. Oh, I can't get over the mustard. Mustard and slides. I don't know.
They don't go together, mustard and slide.
Maybe you're gonna. That's another opportunity. Pirate mustard seed.
Nice. I'm liking it, Pat.
Yeah. See, I got some good creative ideas. We have to, California's a drive, but if I leave tomorrow, I'll be there in 7 days.
That's pretty funny. I do appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us. I'm going to go over kind of a few of the upcoming shows and also, through everybody on the panel. And then at the end, I always like to leave us all with kind of a quote and then end the show. I know that our Thursday show is going to be next week. Pat is going to be hosting next Thursday. It will be at the same time, correct, Patrick?
Yeah, it'll be at 9:00, and I'm hoping to have
Eastern, 9:00 Eastern is what he's talking about.
Right, John from Nevermore. He was supposed to come last week, but he was traveling back and forth between his home state and Florida, and I had my son's graduation, so we had Craig fill in, and then that's when the group sabotaged my channel and helped me go to 1,000. So I appreciate it. But we can't forget John, and we need to get him back on because I'm excited for him and opening his store. And so I'm hoping that he'll come on next Thursday. I did talk to him today, so he said just let me know. So
cool. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm excited for that. Hopefully I see him in the chat.
He's in the chat. So I'm really I'm excited because I want to meet him. in person, and I like he does lives even from his store, and he's got a unique. I really like he has a good background with eBay and Amazon, so I think he could be answer a lot of questions, and you know he's very he knows a lot of stuff, so I'm excited to have him on next week.
Hey guys.
Got another guest.
Hello. What is
Hey.
going on?
I'm representing me and Jeebus because he's not coming in here because he's actually editing, but I just wanted to say hi to everybody.
Oh, well, thank you.
Awesome. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Good
Now,
luck, by the way.
You weren't in the monkey suit, were you?
No, that was Baby Jeebus.
That was Baby Jeebus.
Okay.
Oh, look, there's another guest.
There he is. What's up? That is awesome, and congrats to both of them. They hit 100,000 subscribers just a couple weeks ago, and I had the pleasure of watching that live. I got all emotional with y'all. Woo!
There we go.
Whole squad in the house.
We got a dance party, huh?
Yeah, that was fun. I wish I was hanging out with y'all.
Can we take dance requests? Can Jeebus do the funky chicken?
I don't know how to do nothing.
You don't get it? Alex, man, check it out.
There you go.
That would be Storage Stalker to those in the chat. That's funny.
We were watching you guys in the house on the TV, and we seen you guys were in, and so we thought we'd come out and say bye.
Oh, we appreciate the support.
Yes.
Awesome. I love your show.
Thank you.
Totally honored. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yay. It's like my birthday's already today.
Oh, wait, we got to say happy birthday.
We got to say happy birthday to her.
This guy's good at it.
All right, who's going to lead?
You,
Mike.
It has to be you.
On 6 million. And 1, on 3. And go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kimberly. Happy birthday to you.
Yay! David! That was awesome. Thank you so much.
Guys, my birthday's in February. Can you come back? I'll see you in 8 months.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I was telling him that you need to sing me happy birthday. I am doing a birthday celebration Monday. So come by to everybody in the chat. Instead of me singing happy birthday to myself, I have a YouTuber. Her name's Lynn, and she's my birthday twin. So she's gonna come by, and I'm gonna sing happy birthday to her on my real birthday.
Cool.
Yeah, woo, that's Monday. And then Pat, I don't know if you're going to be traveling around anywhere, if you wanted to mention that. Have any set in stone shows?
Well, I mean, I will stop in Monday for your birthday, of course. And, you know, Saturday late at night, 11 o'clock East Coast time, I typically do a show with Eric. There's about 5 of us that go on that show. So that's always every Saturday night at 11 o'clock. And then, of course, we do the Thursday. But I mean, I try to be somewhere every day.
Yes, you do. Destiny?
Tomorrow morning, I will be on Norgus R's channel for Friday Hat Day. I just got a new hat. So
That is like early in the morning. That's all I know.
Yep, it's 8:30 Eastern time.
Yeah, which is like 6:30 my time. Holy moly.
It's 7:30 my time.
Well, usually if the kids were
me.
still in school, it would be different, you know, and I would be up far before. I've been a little bit of a slacker the last week and sleeping in, which is probably why I'm so behind on things.
Yes, that's what you'll find me during the week in the morning.
Yeah, and Norgus R, shout out to Norgus R, Darlene, my good vibe, I got sunshine on a cloudy day. I always sing that to her in messages. She's awesome. Love her so much. Appreciate her. Mike, Storage Auction Pirates, where are you going to be at, sir, throughout the week? Are you doing any lives? You're doing your Sunday live, right?
I have my Sunday live at 7. I usually go live right after the Hales on theirs. And other than that, I have several videos coming out. Me and Jeebus have done a few collabs. So I think tomorrow's a collab with him and vice versa. And I'm going to be doing a lot of filming. We have auctions tomorrow, and we're going to buy some more units. And today, Jeebus, Alex, me, we each bought a unit. So we'll probably be picking those up together and doing some form of collab on that, and then buying more units tomorrow. So that's all I'm going to be doing, is buying units, making videos, and putting them out for everybody to watch. So
right, and that actually reminds me, I meant to ask this earlier about the hashtag Restorage the Love. I know that it was mentioned, and somebody wanted to know what it was.
Restores the Love is like the idea I've had kind of for doing this, where like I kind of try to find a way to make the energy of buying stored units not so negative, because there's a lot of people that look at it kind of like, oh, you ruined everybody's life and you just took their stuff, and you know, it's kind of a negative outlook sometimes. So we helped that woman, I think her name was Lakinda. We all got together in a collab, and we helped this woman who was in a bad position, who lost her unit, and she was living in a home with her children and her sister, and they were living in basically a house empty with nothing but couch cushions. And we ended up furnishing her whole house and doing some things for her. And I threw out that word, Restores Your Love, and it kind of stuck, and it kind of gave a new emphasis to our collab. And we like using the word now. I've been telling everybody in my videos, everybody else has the Hales, Jeebus, and our AA meetings, et cetera, that the more people use that word, share our videos, and put that energy out there, we will get together and we will do this same thing again someday soon, where we help people out with, you know, storage units.
Yeah, that's awesome. I forgot to ask that earlier. And then AA meeting is on Wednesday, right? The Auction Anonymous show on Wednesday, and it is hosted by who's this week?
It rotates every week, and I think this week is Treasure Hunting with Jeebus will be this Wednesday, and then we'll alternate to one of the other members on the panel.
Cool beans. All right. And on that note, I appreciate everybody. I'm going to leave you all with a quote. Well, actually, Pat, do you have a quote? I'll go last.
Well, I always say you may not hit a home run every time, but at least show up the bat.
That's a good quote. Destiny.
Of course, mine is an Irish proverb. Your feet will take you where your heart is.
Storage Auction. Pirate, do you have a quote?
What is any quote?
Yeah, any quote, a quote that you like to say.
One of my favorite quotes, and I say this often, is by Bruce Lee, be water.
My quote I'm going to leave you all with is one of my favorites, shoot for the moon. If you miss, you will land among the stars. And on that note, we are going to end this live. Again, thank you so much, Mike. And Pat and Destiny for hanging out tonight. I appreciate all of your time, and everybody in the chat. What the Hells, Alma, Nevermore Antiques, Melissa W., Rebecca Kruder, Cliff, Mary Beth, all of you all, thank you so much for coming by and hanging out with us tonight. On that note, we will catch you next time. May all of you have a wonderful evening, and God bless. See you on the flip side.
Thanks, guys.
So long, farewell.